Nothing gets me feeling those seasonal autumn vibes more so than baking. And today, with the help of my favourite kitchen assistant, the Thermomix, or Thermi as I like to call her, I'm going to show you how to make the ultimate apple pie. Trust me, you will never want to make another apple pie without this special ingredient. So stick around and I'll show you how to do this in next to no time. So let's begin. Preheat the oven to 180 degrees centigrade and ensure that you grease your pie dish. Next off, we want to put the special ingredient into the Thermomix, or if you don't have a Thermomix, then you can do this by hand by putting them into a bag and crushing them. So, special ingredients are Lotus biscuits. Now, I don't know if you've had these. If you haven't, you are missing out. If you have, well done. They are amazing. I would say use the whole packet, but maybe one or two fell out and I ate them. So yeah, use the whole packet if you can. All you need to do is put these into Thermi, like so. Just secure the lid, and then we are going to put 5 seconds on the clock and grind these into a crumb. What you should have is something that looks a little bit like sand. What you want to do is take a bowl and put these in and leave to the side. Next up, we need to make the apple pie filling. So you are going to need 1 kilo of apples. Now I prefer to use dessert apples, such as Royal Gala or Pink Lady, just because they're a bit sweeter. I know some people do prefer to use apples such as Granny Smiths, etc. So it's really whatever your preference is. You want to take these apples and peel them, core them and chop them into quarters. Nothing particularly special. And then put them into Thermi, like so. You also want to add 100 grams of sugar, just plain white sugar. You can use coconut sugar or brown sugar, whichever your preference is. 3 tablespoons of flour and 1 tablespoon of corn starch. And half a teaspoon of cinnamon. Don't need too much because the biscuits do actually have quite a lot of flavour and a lot of sweetness, hence we don't need to use too much sugar. Then secure the lid. We want 2 seconds, speed 4. If you don't have a Thermomix, you could put all of these ingredients into a food processor, which will pretty much do the same thing. And then what you are left with is a delicious smelling apple pie filling. Now I know there is a big deal with people preferring to have chunkier apples sliced in there, and then there's others who are in my camp who prefer to have caramelized mushy apples. To each their own, whichever your preference is, but for me this is a lot easier and I actually think it's tastier. Once you have your apple pie filling mixture, the next thing to do is remove the pastry from the refrigerator. Now you're probably wondering why I didn't show you how to make pastry, and the answer is because I didn't make any. Now you can of course make pastry really easy in the Thermomix. However, I like to do things really quickly, and making pastry is just something that I've never really been into. So I cheat and buy a shop bought one, and why not? Because it is really good. Now I've taken the pastry and that is all rolled out, which I'll show you in just a moment. Before I do so, I would just like to admit one thing. I am not a huge fan of pies with a pastry bottom, and I know that will divide opinion a lot. But if you are one of those people that love pastry bottoms, now would be the time to roll out the pastry and line your pie dish and then put the filling in. I am going to do it slightly different because I just want a pastry lid. Bear with me. So we want to take the apple pie mixture and spoon that into the pie dish and just cover the base of the dish. Spread it out. And then we want to take the biscuits and spread those over the top. Next, I'm going to take strips of pastry and attempt to make a very pretty lattice effect. Pastry lattice on the top, we just need to brush that with some egg wash. Now I have lost my pastry brush, so in a bind I am using a makeup brush that I've never used before. It's new, but I find it's going to do the job just as well. Once you've finished brushing the pastry with the beaten egg, feel free to add a sprinkle of cinnamon if you like, and then all that's left to do is pop it in the oven at 180 degrees for around 35 to 40 minutes. If it starts to catch, you can just cover those bits of pastry with foil, but I promise you it will be amazing. So the pie's had 35 minutes. I'm going to take it out now. If only you could smell how good this smells. It's incredible. Smell of apples is delicious. Okay, I'm going to put that there and leave it to cool. Now, the moment I have been waiting for, very patiently I might add, tasting. It is so good. Oh, it's really, really good. It would be amazing with vanilla ice cream or vanilla custard. Oh, trust me, you should make this dish. It is incredible. I think the fact that the apple was shredded has just elevated it. Not to mention those delicious Lotus biscuits. They were a revelation to add. Please do make this. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. I'm just going to eat this now. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please do give me the thumbs up to show your support. And if you don't already subscribe, please do hit the big red subscribe button below. If you'd like to see a bit more, why not follow me over on Instagram? It would be great to have you join me. I will of course link all of the ingredients and the exact recipe method below. So if you fancy getting your autumnal bake vibes going, you too can make this delicious pie. Till next time, bye!